Big up to my chosen ones, man. All around the world, locked in, man, trying to be a better version of themselves right now, man. I gotta break something down real quick for y'all. As you probably know, anybody who's locked in, yeah, whether it be even now in the physical, like I said, the news, this upcoming possibility of World War III, all the truths coming out in the media, everything's just coming to surface, yeah, because what's hidden in the dark shall come to light, and the darkness is coming to light. All things hidden in the dark in past times are coming to light. So the great divide is coming. There's gonna be the 5D versus the 3D. You know what I'm saying? In other words, narcissists versus their empaths. In other words, chosen ones versus the NPCs. Light versus dark. And you know what side you're on, and I know what side I'm on. But the problem is we live in a society where both light and dark coexist. And it's like, as you probably know, that can be very detrimental, that can be very devastating to a chosen one's life, for a chosen one's destiny, for a chosen one's state of mind, for a chosen one's health. All these false friends, you know what I'm saying? All these like skinwalkers, people wearing masks. So I'm gonna identify in this video how you can identify these entities before they even have a chance to come close. And like what I was gonna say is a lot of chosen ones know their worth. A lot of chosen ones are very like different, unique, but they have special gifts and abilities that a lot of people are aware of, and they might not vocalize it to you. They might even tell you. You know what I'm saying? And one way in which they'll do that, instead of telling you, coming to you, be like, yo man, you're good man, you're wonderful, you're amazing. Like they'll rather mirror you. Mirror your actions, mirror the way you talk, mirror the way you dress, mirror the way you move, mirror the way you, well, I can't mirror the way you think, but they can try to. Because they want to be like you. You know what I'm saying? And they think that by moving how you move, by looking how you look, yeah, by doing all your characteristics, they become you, but that's not the case. So you need to look out for people who are just trying to be you too much. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's flattery. Some people because chosen ones are influential, so certain people might flatter you, or they might mimic certain things you say because, they respect you, they rate you, they like how you're moving. But then there's that other side that where people trying to get your destiny, they're trying to get your identity, they're trying to be like you without even giving you your props. So that's one way they do it, by mirroring you, like. So you need to look out for that. And one thing I've learned, another way that they do it is by playing the victim. And I've learned that recently in my own life through my so-called twin flame experience. And it's like, when you meet people, see, chosen ones, we go through hell on earth. You've gone through hell on earth, chosen ones, yeah? And it's like, sometimes even worse than most people. And you do tell people will be like, man, everyone goes through it. Listen, what chosen ones go through, not everyone goes through. But even still, yeah, you don't want to highlight that to everyone. When you meet people, you don't feel the need to tell them about your history. You don't feel the need to tell them about your hurts and your pains. Even if you are walking in hell, you uplift. Even when you're walking in hell, you come outside and you smile, man. You try to do the best you can. But some people are not like that. Some people are the opposite. Some people could have the greatest life and all the resources, all the foundation, everything they need to be the best version of themselves, and they still play the victim. They'll still say, oh, life has done me wrong. Have you ever come across a person and it's like they tell you about their ex and their ex done wrong and da 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 da. I'm never gonna go through that again. And it's like, I call it as an empath, there might be some sincerity to that statement, yeah. But then it's like they neglect to mention the things that they've done, as if they're perfect. And that's what a lot of narcissists do. Like, they try and paint a narrative in which they're the golden person, they're the one in the right, everyone else is wrong. But in actuality, they just fail to mention the parts that they played in the wrong. So it's like, yeah, you gotta look out for that, man. Like trauma bonding. Certain people, like even especially like Narcissists as well. It's another thing you need to look out for. Trauma bonding. So in initial stages of your meeting, they'll tell you things that they've gone through because they know that you feel as a way of connecting to you. And it's like the deeper you connect, the more dangerous it can be. Not only in a sense of emotions or the way that they can treat you and affect you, but in terms of energetically, spiritually. And this is what I learned recently. I thought things were just, a lot of things were physical. Even when I had spirituality, yeah, I still, saw so much that meaning to this physical world. Like, but now that I've experienced certain things, I've realized that people can be connected from a distance, especially through witchcraft. It's not even just through witchcraft, but like there's what you have to understand. Yeah, there's forces and like there's things in this world, yeah, that we can't see in it. Like, you know what I'm saying? For instance, I'll give you an example. Like frequencies, like waves, like sound waves. Like sound is a wave in which travels. It travels. Like light it travels in waves, isn't it? So that's an unseen energy, but the energy exists, and it's the same thing between people. If you connect with someone on a deep level, you bond with that person. You know what I'm saying? And depending on the depth of the bond, will depend how hard it is to detach. It can affect, you know what I'm saying? It can affect you. Their emotions can affect you. When they're hurting, you're hurting, but that's not your pain to carry. So imagine this though, you have a narcissist that trauma bonds with you, so you feeling their pain now, but not knowing in their head that they're just tricking you. You know what I'm saying? They might hate you because they have this false sense of superiority, yeah? And they come across you so wonderful, so graceful, so powerful, so confident, and they hate that. So they'll come smiling, tell you their trauma just for them to connect to you, yeah, just so they can destroy you. So you need to look out for that one as well. You know what I'm saying? That's probably one of the most important ones to look out for. But a third thing to look out for is boundary testing. So basically, what that is like, say if you had a group of friends, it doesn't have to be friends, but it can be anybody. Yeah, anybody who has enough time to communicate with you verbally, yeah, to do this. And it's like you be talking and that, and they might say a funny joke, but not too like deep, where it's like, yo, like what you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a subtle joke, just a poke at you, just a poke. You know what I'm saying? And it's like they'll say it with a smile on their face. And as a chosen one, you can discern this. You discern this. You can discern this, yeah. But it's like they'll test boundaries just to see how far they can take things. You know what I'm saying? They'll do things as much as they can to see what they can get away with. And it's like, you need to cut that down from the time it happens, yeah? From the time, and listen, as a chosen one, I know you're loving, like, you're not here to hurt. You might have hurt in the past, but that was due to ignorance. That was due to, like, early stages of development. But as you've developed and you've grown and you've evolved, yeah, you are just purely out here to become your better version, to understand, to grow, to gain knowledge, share knowledge, yeah. And it's like, some people are just not like that. Some people, they're not like that. They're the opposite, and it's hard to believe. And one thing, chosen ones, yeah, you need to get through your head, yeah. It's that not everybody thinks like you. Not everybody has the same heart that you have. You like to think that everybody is caring, and you know what I'm saying? Like, chosen one, you want the best for everybody. You wish you could live in a world where everybody was just happy. There'll be no violence, there'll be no crimes, there'll be no pain. But some people thrive in that. Some people love that. Some people love that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and one thing you need to understand about duality, there's always an opposite. There's always an opposite. So whenever you're, moving around in this world, yeah, with that light that you have, that positivity that you have, imagine that there's a version of you opposite of that. Something to think about. And so I'm gonna end with the final one. Is gaslighting. And like, I've been through something so impactful recently with regards to gaslighting. And it's like this: chosen ones ain't perfect. We strive to be better. And a lot of you didn't have a good upbringing. Perhaps you didn't know how to love in the right way. Perhaps you didn't know what love was. Perhaps you didn't know how to value yourself, respect yourself, because people growing up in your development, they neglected you, they didn't show you love, they didn't, your cries went unheard, you know what I'm saying? So as you grow and develop in this world, you find it difficult, but as a chosen one, you make it happen. You learn, you make it happen. And this can come in various ways, like empathy. I'll talk about my experiences. I never really had an upbringing where love, care, and certain things were important. And so for me, intimacy was very hard. Not hard necessarily, but it was to a degree, to even understand the language of it, the vulnerability of it, you know. So you know, some people, you might have difficulty with like intimacy, or you might have difficulty with feeling for others because when you was young, nobody cared for you, so you had to care for yourself, and that's become a part of who you are. Not to say you're unable to sympathize with people, but your internal ego says that it's unsafe because, you know, because of your past. So all these past wounds affect your future, affect your current state of mind and your action. But you grow and you overcome and you become a better version of yourself, and you become empathetic and you become understanding, you become all these wonderful traits. And so when you come across some people who haven't overcome certain aspects of their trauma, who haven't developed, you know, certain positive characteristics, yeah, they'll gaslight you. Do you know what I'm saying? They'll for instance, you could love someone and just want the best for them and give them time, space, encouragement, whatever. But they'll see that as weakness. You know what I'm saying? And they can see that as too sensitive as opposed to caring. Does that make any sense? Or like for instance, say if you're very discerning and you see somebody who you care about, who you love, and you're talking to them, you want them to be the better version, you're identifying things that they're going through or they're experiencing which they haven't even told you. So to them, they already know that you have this kind of like spiritual ability, yeah? But instead of like recognizing it for a spiritual ability, for help, they'll be like, oh, you're too much. Like, he's too much. You know what I'm saying? So, if anything, my point of this video is, yeah, these are the things to look out for, man. Like mirroring, playing the victim, yeah, gaslighting, all these things are just traits of narcissists, of demonic, like dark people. And as a chosen one, in coming times, you need to remove yourself from these people. And it's like this, look, you got a choice. You got free will. It's either this side or this side. Ain't nobody gonna force you to choose. You know what I'm saying? In any situation, you got a choice. And in coming times, you're gonna have to make that choice. There's no two ways about it. Like some people, they feel like they can go in and out. You know what I'm saying? Some people think they can be good one time and good Nah, man, energy speaks for itself, gang. You know what I'm saying? Some people think they can wear a mask and the universe doesn't see what you do behind closed doors. The universe sees you. Make your choices. But anyways, I want to say thank you for listening. Big up all my chosen ones who have been listening. Please leave a comment if you've experienced some of these things, because I know you have. So please share your comments, and subscribe if you haven't already. And look out for the next video. Big up my chosen ones.